If a stranger came up to you and started talking about an interesting topic, you'd probably want to know more about him and what he was really saying before you took him seriously. The same goes for websites. There is a lot of information on the internet. However, since anyone can publish on the internet, it is crucial to evaluate the websites before relying on the information. In this video, we'll discuss how to use the internet to search for information and do research for our studies. As students, you often receive research assignments requiring the use of credible sources. But what does it mean for a source to be credible? Why is it important to use these sources? And how can you tell if a source is credible? When we describe a source as credible, we're basically saying that the information is of high quality and trustworthy. In other words, we can believe what the source is telling us. When you use high-quality sources to back up your points, you're demonstrating your credibility, which contributes to the overall persuasiveness and effectiveness of your argument. We often start with a search engine when it comes to finding information. Keep in mind that while Baidu is a popular search engine here in China, there are others out there to try too. Different search engines work in different ways and will return different results. Many factors affect the order in which search results are displayed. For example, companies can pay to have their websites listed first. Therefore, the first several hits may not be the best ones to answer your questions. You'd better review as many results as you can, not just the first 3 or 4. You may also want to try different keywords. In a word, once we do locate a website, we have to decide whether the information there is credible or not. We can do this by using a simple 5W formula: who, what, when, where, and why. Who? Let's start with the who. Ask yourself, who wrote this information? What can you gather about the author's background? Is the author an individual or a group? Is the author an expert on this topic? Are they sharing opinions or facts? How does all of this shape what the author has written? You might have to dig out all the answers about the author on the web page. You may click on links such as info, about us, or frequently asked questions, FAQs, to find the answers. These links are usually found on the perimeter or edges of the website, and they often lead to information about the author. But the information may not be enough to answer your questions. If so, try putting the author's name in a search engine to learn about his or her background, expertise, point of view, or opinions from others. Is the author qualified to act as an authority on this subject? Do they have special knowledge about the topic you're researching? Are they an expert in the field? If you decide to use this site, knowing about the author will help you analyze the information that you have found and use it more effectively. What? The next question we need to ask is about what. What is the purpose of the site? Understanding the purpose of a site can help us determine if the information on it is biased or not. Bias means be prejudiced in favor of or against one thing, person, or group compared with another. So read the information on the page carefully. Is the web page supported by a certain group, organization, or company? What, if anything, does the group stand to gain by convincing others of its points? This could be monetary, political, or something else. Is the information likely to have been reviewed or examined before it was published? Or is this information from a personal site where someone expressing his or her own opinions? Sometimes there will be a paragraph that can show the purpose of the site. Look around for a mission statement. but sometimes you have to figure out the purpose by yourself by reading the information on the web page. If they're selling something or trying to persuade you, you should raise a red flag. That doesn't always mean the information is unusable, but you may have to search for other sources with different perspectives to get the whole story on a subject. What does this website look like? Is it professional looking, or does it look like a personal site? Are there any spelling or grammar errors? How well a website is put together can be an indication of the quality of their information. Check out the links on the site. Do they connect to other sources that look reputable? If not, you need a better source. When? The next question is about when. When was the information published or updated? Look for a site date at the top or the bottom of the home page. This will indicate when the website was last updated. If the information is old or there is no date provided, how can you tell if the information is still reliable? Depending on the topic you're researching, this may or may not be important. If you're researching a scientific topic, you would want the latest information. Things might be different if you're researching a historic topic. Therefore, make sure that the site you're viewing is either up to date or was published at a time that is relevant to the topic you are studying. Where? The next thing you need to know is about where. Where is this information from? Where did the author get his information? Does the site list citations or links to other websites, data, or print resources? Do the links actually work? Does the site rely on evidence from many different sources or just a couple? The more verifiable the evidence that a website uses, the more likely it is that the information is trustworthy. Also, a website's URL, as we discussed earlier, can tell you a lot about the content of the website. The suffixes in the URLs can tell you about where the information is from. For example, as you have learned previously, the .edu in the URL indicates that the website is an educational institution. Be careful. If you see the word user or a tilde symbol in the URL, it means it's a personal web page that should be looked at closely. The .gov in the URL means it comes from a government agency, which can probably be trusted. The .org in the URL means it's from an organization, and if the organization is reputable, its information is also probably good. The .com comes from a commercial website and is probably trying to sell you something. Why? The last question is about why. Why is this information useful for my research? After looking at the other 4 W's, ask yourself, why should I use this website? Why is this information useful? Why is this website a better source of information than others? As well as websites, many people now use social media as a source of information. We need to be even more critical here to avoid incorrect, false, or even deliberately fake information. Just because somebody posts a story on a social media, don't just accept it as fact. You need to do more research to see if the information is credible. Besides, many students turn to online forums and wikis such as Zhihu, Quora, and Wikipedia to find information. Now, for everyday life, these Q&A sites can be useful resources, but as everyone can write and edit the information, you should only use it as a starting point for study if you are working on academic projects. There is a world of resources out there on the web, but always be careful in how you use it. When you're taking in any information, it's good to think about the factors that might impact it. Now, you're prepared to search the internet for reliable information. You know the questions you should ask and what information you should look for when evaluating an online source. Just remember to use your 5 W's. Good luck!